Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the sheer amount of things in your home? Maybe your closets are packed to the brim, your shelves are full, and every room seems cluttered with stuff that doesn't really serve a purpose. Well, I've been there. A few years ago, I made a decision that completely changed the way I live. I gave up 90% of my belongings. Sounds drastic, right? But hear me out. It wasn't an overnight decision. It was a journey, one that has brought me a newfound sense of peace, freedom, and clarity. This journey led me to discover the life-altering power of minimalism. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through my experience of decluttering my life and explain why minimalism is one of the best decisions I've ever made. Whether you're looking to simplify your life or just curious about what minimalism can do for you, stay tuned, because this might just change the way you think about stuff. The overwhelm of too much stuff. Before I made the decision to embrace minimalism, my life was filled with things I didn't need. Clothes I never wore, books I never read, and gadgets that had long since lost their purpose. It wasn't just the physical clutter, it was the mental clutter too. Having so many possessions can weigh on you without you even realizing it. Every time I opened a closet or drawer, I felt a sense of stress. There was so much to maintain, organize, and clean. It felt like I was constantly working just to keep everything in order. And yet, I wasn't even using most of these things. It's funny how we accumulate items without really thinking about their impact. Society tells us we need more clothes, more gadgets, more decor. But what if all this more is actually holding us back from living the life we want? This was the question I started asking myself as I began to feel the burden of owning so much. I realized I was living to manage my things, not to truly live. I wanted to change that. The beginning of my minimalist journey, the first step towards minimalism, wasn't about getting rid of everything all at once. It was about slowing down and reassessing what really mattered to me. I started by taking a hard look at my possessions. Every item was evaluated based on its usefulness, emotional value, and whether it added anything positive to my life. At first, it was tough. I'd open a drawer and be overwhelmed by the thought of letting go of things. Some items held sentimental value. Others were just part of my daily routine, even though they weren't essential. But as I kept going, I started to realize how much better I felt each time I let something go. I remember when I cleared out my wardrobe. I looked at all the clothes that I never wore, clothes that were too small, too big, or just no longer my style. It was a huge relief to let them go. I donated what I could and recycled the rest. It wasn't just about cleaning out my closet, it was about cleaning out my mind too. The benefits of minimalism: less clutter, more freedom, reduced stress and anxiety. One of the first things I noticed after decluttering was a sense of calm. When you're surrounded by things you don't need, it's easy to feel stressed. It's not just the physical mess, it's the mental mess too. Minimalism helped me reduce the amount of clutter in my mind. When I stopped focusing on maintaining all my stuff, I had more mental energy to focus on things that actually mattered to me: my health, my relationships, and my personal growth. More time for what matters. Before I embraced minimalism, I spent so much time cleaning, organizing, and taking care of things. But once I got rid of the excess, I found myself with so much more time. Time I could spend doing things I love: reading, cooking, spending time with my family, or simply relaxing. Minimalism doesn't just declutter your physical space, it declutters your time as well. Financial freedom: when I started letting go of things, I also stopped buying things I didn't need. Minimalism taught me to be intentional with my purchases. Instead of impulse buying or buying things just because they were on sale, I started considering whether I truly needed something before bringing it into my home. This led to saving money in ways I hadn't expected. More space, more peace. Living with less means you have more space. And I'm not just talking about physical space, I'm talking about emotional and mental space too. With less stuff, I felt freer, lighter, and more at ease in my surroundings. The clutter that once took up space in my home was gone, and in its place was a peaceful, organized space that helped me focus on what really mattered: clearer focus and productivity. When there's less to distract you, you can focus better. Minimalism cleared my mind, which helped me be more productive. I could concentrate on tasks without feeling overwhelmed by the amount of stuff around me. Whether it was work, a hobby, or a personal project, I found that I could get more done in less time. How to start your minimalist journey? If you're thinking about embracing minimalism, you might be wondering where to start. Trust me, it doesn't have to be overwhelming. Here's how you can begin. Start small. You don't need to go all in like I did. Start small by decluttering one area of your life at a time. Begin with a single drawer or a closet. Take everything out and evaluate each item. Does it serve a purpose? Does it make you happy? If not, let it go. The one in, one out rule. Once you've decluttered, create a system to prevent accumulating unnecessary items in the future. Try the one in, one out rule. For every new item you bring into your home, make sure you get rid of something else. This helps keep your belongings in check and ensures you're only holding on to what really matters. Be intentional with your purchases. Think before you buy. Ask yourself, do I really need this? Will it add value to my life? If the answer is no, don't buy it. This simple practice can save you money and prevent unnecessary clutter from building up in your home. Declutter regularly. Minimalism isn't a one-time thing. It's a lifestyle change. As time goes on, you may find that you no longer need certain items. Keep decluttering regularly to maintain a simple and organized space. Focus on experiences over things. Minimalism isn't just about getting rid of stuff, it's about making room for more meaningful experiences. Instead of spending money on things, invest in experiences that bring you joy. Travel, spend time with loved ones, or pursue hobbies that truly fulfill you. Challenges I faced, of course, embracing minimalism wasn't without its challenges. One of the hardest parts was the emotional attachment to certain items. There were clothes I loved but never wore, gifts I felt obligated to keep, and sentimental items that seemed impossible to part with. It took time to let go, but once I did, I realized that the memories attached to those things would always stay with me, regardless of whether I owned them. Another challenge was the fear of missing out. I had to remind myself that minimalism wasn't about depriving myself, it was about choosing quality over quantity. Once I accepted that, I felt more content with the things I already had. Embrace the power of minimalism. In the end, embracing minimalism has been one of the best decisions I've ever made. It's helped me live a more intentional, peaceful, and fulfilling life. If you're feeling overwhelmed by stuff, or if you just want to live with less, minimalism might be the answer you've been looking for. Remember, minimalism isn't about living with nothing, it's about living with what truly matters to you. It's about creating space for the things that bring you joy, peace, and purpose. So, if you're ready to start your own minimalist journey, I encourage you to take the first step today. Start small, let go of the things that no longer serve you, and create room for a life that's simpler, more focused, and full of meaningful experiences. Thank you for watching, and if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever considered minimalism, or are you already living a minimalist lifestyle? I'd love to hear your experiences. See you in the next video.